back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about one trait that will separate you as a practitioner in cybersecurity, and that is curiosity. Stick around and we'll explore how asking the right questions and always seeking new knowledge can give you an edge in the ever-changing world that is cybersecurity. Curiosity is more than just a trait. Yes, it is that, but it's so much more, right? Seeking true understanding of a topic in a field where threats are constantly evolving and defenders are constantly struggling to keep up, that curiosity is going to help you keep that edge in the fight, either as an offensive person, a defensive person, or some other role in the middle. And if you think about it, every major breakthrough in our industry and in science in general has resulted from someone just being curious. And I will tell you from my personal experience, a lot of my major breakthroughs and a lot of my ability to give back to the organization I work for comes from being curious and building that depth of knowledge that I need to help. Let's take a real world example. Marcus Hutchins, hopefully I said his name right. His curiosity allowed him to find the domain that he needed to shut down a vicious ransomware variant that was out there. Without that curiosity, he wouldn't have been able to identify that, register it, and to see what happens. Most people would have been like, oh, that's interesting, and stop there. Another big example is a lot of bug bounty hunters. That curiosity helps them get higher bounties. They're looking at it like, oh, I found this thing. It's a low or medium finding, and they keep asking questions, asking the right questions. Well, what if? What if? And eventually they'll have a string of mediums and generate a high or critical finding out of all these smaller ones because they were just curious. Or you could be that SOC analyst who identified something that just scratched the back of your brain and you're not sure why, but you started digging into it and you found a breach that no one else was able to identify because they didn't scratch that curiosity they had. So there's a lot of real world examples where curiosity just really has a huge impact on you, your team, and your organization. In the world of InfoSec, curiosity drives people to explore new techniques, new realms of understanding, and it can do that for you too. And not just your own curiosity, right? Being curious of other people's curiosity. We're looking at blogs, new research, new exploit code, you name it. Get out there and take a peek at what others' curiosities have led to. There's a ton out there. People every day are coming up with new ideas, new techniques, new studies. And you know what a good example is? Check out your local conference. There is likely a B-Sides near you that is filled with people with lots of curiosity who have done some amazing work in your community. So go check them out, go talk to them. If you need some motivation, talk to them. How did you come up with this idea? What led you to it? Go talk to them and discover a cool story that could just be the thing to motivate you. All right, so let's talk about some practical tips to cultivate curiosity. Well, one, just start asking questions. Why? If you don't understand something, ask why. Why does it behave this way? Why does it look this way? Why does it do this thing, whatever it is? Keep asking questions, and you'll find the more questions you ask, the more you have. And it's just a cascading effect, which is great because you start learning more and more. In addition to that, don't be afraid to set up your lab. VMs are amazing invention. Whoever invented it, I don't know, but VMs are amazing because you can take snapshots of whatever environment you're working in, which means you can go and destroy it as much as you want and be able to revert it right back to its original state. So this can be places where you're practicing your exploitation, writing malware or analyzing malware, whatever it is. You have this clean slate that you can completely destroy and then bring it right back. So don't be afraid to start experimenting and trying out these ideas you have to truly understand why. Next, join communities. There are likely some InfoSec meetups near you. There's conferences near you. All these are affordable, free, or cheap. Go check them out. Start talking with people. Start collaborating on projects with other people. I will tell you, there are people always looking for someone to help them with a project out there. And you never know, your project could be the next big thing in our community. And then finally, if you are able to, document your findings publicly. This can help you, one, stand out in the career field, two, have something additional you can put on your CSV, three, it helps give back to the community. A lot of people don't do this, and it's a shame. And I know a lot of the things I do, I cannot share, but I always try to share what I can, just like I do in this channel. So don't be afraid to do that. Now let's talk about how this translates to employer and job opportunity. Well, I will tell you that employers love people who are curious, and that's because it's going to prevent their team from being stagnant. So those who don't learn are stagnant, right? They never grow. And what we want to do as business people, as organizations, is grow, because the threats are always changing. So this is a huge thing. By showing your ability to adapt, your curiosity, you are showing your employers that you'll be a pivotal piece of their team that will need to do just that throughout the years. So it's huge. It is a huge green flag for employers. To wrap this up, curiosity is a very underrated skill in cybersecurity. Embrace it, cultivate it, and give back to your communities. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, let us know any projects that you created based off of curiosities you've had. And if you have a blog or any place that you're sharing your work, sharing your discoveries, put that as well so that our community can go and check it out as well. Until next time.